What's going on, Red Tree family? It's your boy Big Red Tree back in the building. We here with another one, man. Just checking in with you, talking about what's going on in our world today, man. Let's talk about it, man. It's so much we could, you know what I mean, we could chop it up about, you know what I'm saying? First of all, okay, y'all can hear me. All right, let me get that out the way. Man, it's been a crazy few days, man. I'm actually happy to be back amongst y'all. So much has been going on for your boy Big Red Tree on this side of the camera. But you know what they say, what don't break you will make you. So I'm still here, and thankfully you are too. So if you don't got nothing to be thankful for, let's be thankful for that right there, because we could all be somewhere else that we don't want to be. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful that you're here. Appreciate you joining me. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you was here with your boy Red Tree. Goddamn. All right, y'all. We finna what we wanted to talk about, man, was current events, man. Like, I'm hitting all kind of buttons on my keyboard. I don't know what it's doing. I hope it ain't doing shit. But man, it's been so much going on, man. Porter, I see you. What's up, my brother? It's been so much going on, man, between first of all, I want to send this is gonna be wild. This is wild to say, man. I'm not gonna hold y'all. This is wild to say. I want to send a shout out to the airline workers, the federal workers who aren't getting paid, the military personnel who aren't getting paid, which we just found out. Your president said that the military will be getting paid. You know what I mean? I want to send a shout out to them. I know it's hard to be away from your families, all the federal workers. I know it's hard doing a job every day. The TSA workers, I know it's hard to do that job every day and you're not getting paid. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely appreciate all our service personnel, first responders, EMTs, firefighters, police. We appreciate all your hard work. TSA people, airline people, we appreciate all your hard work here at the from the Red Tree family. You know what I mean? That's real rap. You know what I mean? So it's crazy that our president is like, I was never really one to talk about this dude on my platform. You know what I'm saying? Because it's what I got to say ain't too much ain't really been said. Well, what I have to say has already been said. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's just sad to see that, you know what I mean, the state of our country. You know what I mean? Like, it's just sad, man. It's sad, man. You know what I mean? So it's sad that they playing the game back and forth. These Republicans and Democrats who mean none of us no good. I don't care what the hell they say. You ever notice how everybody talks a good game until they get in office and then they switch up? Yeah, everybody that voted for this man, they starting to see the same thing. Well, they're not starting to. They've been seeing it. You know what I mean? Now he just doing it right in everybody's face. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? He don't give a flying fuck. So, you know what I mean? We try not to give all that rhetoric too much, you know what I mean, too much airtime over here because like I said, we all know what he's doing. We all know how he's standing. We all know how he coming. So if you know how the game is played, it shouldn't surprise you what moves are being made. You know what I'm talking about? So it's just sad to see that these people, you know what I mean? Last time we went to DC, man, was damn near a ghost town. When you go down to Federal Hill and all that shit's a ghost town, man. People can't afford to live there no more. They ain't getting paid. You know what I'm saying? They ain't making no bread, like shit going up. Hey, man, listen, man. I feel sorry for all them people. You know what I mean? We're going to keep our heads up, keep them people in our prayers. You know what I'm saying? Hope that everything work out for them. You know what I mean? Because it's a rough situation to be in. You know what I'm saying? Rough situation to be in. You know what I mean? He just doing shit with no respite. You know what I mean? He don't have no He's not facing no consequences. He's just doing whatever he wants to do. You know what I mean? It's just sad to see that the state of our country is being played out in front of us like a game that you play at home. It's like a board game. You know what I mean? He jumping this one, stacking that one, taking this one, tucking that one. It's just crazy. This is the way our country is being ran. You know what I mean? All I can tell y'all is, man, hold your heads up, do the best you can do. You know what I mean? And practice your two-way. Like I said, man, because you know what's coming next. I'm telling you. Everybody keep looking at shit overseas, thinking shit can't happen to you right here in the United States. Shit. Look at what's been going on across seas. The United States looking just like it, man. If you paying attention, you know what I mean? Like, shit wild, man. This shit wild, man. Wow, man. But man, we gonna go ahead and like I said, man, shout out to them people, man. You know what I mean? Hopefully they, you know what I mean, bounce back from their situation. You know what I'm saying? This dude is like I said, man, he just don't care, man. These people going through it. So, you know what I mean? We're going to send some prayers and some healing energies to those people out who are affected by all of the bullshit that our government is doing, that people can't get paid, can't feed their families. Or the people that's losing health care, food stamps, and all that shit. If y'all was paying attention back when they was talking about Plan 2025, Project 2025, all this shit happening right in front of us. It is not a game. It's going down right here. Nobody wanted to listen before. They was like, man, they'll never do that shit. How about now? How about now? Nobody wanted to pay attention then. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was listening. He had the boy was telling everybody, you know what I'm saying? He was telling everybody back then what he was going to do, what his plan was, what he had in place. Everybody was like, there's no way he'd ever do some shit like that. And that motherfucker said, hold my beer. Miss Bando, I see you over there. What up, though? I ain't forgot about you. Shout out to my folks over there on TikTok checking me out. We appreciate y'all. Shout out to my Facebook, my Kick, and my Twitch folks. Make sure y'all follow me on all the platforms. I'm at it. I'm almost at 1,000, y'all. I'm getting there. You know what I mean? I appreciate all y'all that tune in. Make sure if you're watching me on Facebook, don't forget to jump over on YouTube and tune in over there. You know what I mean? So I get the love over there. You know what I mean? That's where I need that at. Throw me some love, man. Rock with your boy. It don't cost you nothing. You know what I'm saying? But I know. I don't want no smoke. But let's talk about some current events, man. First of all, I want to give a super duper shout out. Super duper shout out, right? To the wonderful, beautiful HBCU of Delaware State University. Shout out to them Del State folks. They showed their ass this weekend. It wasn't no issues, wasn't no drama. Probably because they put them niggas up out of there real early. They talk about 5, 6 o'clock. Yeah, that didn't happen. But come 7, 8 o'clock, well, they ran everybody by there. From what we was hearing, they was letting dogs out on people. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be more careful. But shout out to Del State, man. They listen. I want to say this, right? I don't want nobody that attended Del State to get in their feelings about what I'm about to say. I don't want nobody from Del State coming at me. Del State beat these boys like 70-3. Who the hell was in charge of organizing this game between this college team and this high school team? What in the entire hell was they doing? Listen, Del State usually get their ass whooped every year at the homecoming of the football game. Y'all know it and not know it. I'm not telling y'all no lies. I'm not saying nothing wrong. I'm speaking the truth. They usually get their ass whooped whether it's a close game or it's not a close game. They lose. Okay. Fast forward. We get former all-pro Wide receiver, Deshaun Jackson, former Philadelphia Eagle, former Washington Commander, a.k.a. the Redskins. We get him. Delaware State get Deshaun, right? So all of a sudden, now everything got a price. You want to get on campus? It's finna cost you. Or you want to park here? It's finna cost you. I get it. You got a salary to pay, right? So what happens is there's somebody that's in charge of finding the games for them to play. It's not like all of this is just automatic. No, you have to find teams to play, and it's usually a monetary thing involved. You know what I'm saying? So when you see these teams like Ohio State playing Florida State, it's money in these games. I'm talking about, yeah, it costs. We charge them to come play y'all. You know what I'm saying? So somebody is setting this up. Somebody knew full hell well that they was going to get a Division 8 team versus a Division 1 football team. This shit was ridiculous. I said, come on. Y'all, I tell you who they could have went and got. They should have went and got Newark High School. They should have went and got the Yellow Jackets because we damn sure would have pulled up a hell of a fight way better than them boys that they went and found, who was a college team. So yeah, I'm calling y'all out, Del State. I give y'all props on the win. The homecoming was superb. Shout out to the Del State Hornets. Shout out to everybody that went there, the alumni. Shout out to them Deltas. Y'all was showing y'all ass as usual, literally and figuratively this year. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to y'all. There you go. The athletic director, whoever picked that game, listen, first of all, they picked a team from like Rhode Island. It was like Rhode Island or Central Connecticut State. Ain't no black folk down there. Not enough for no HBCU. Yeah, I went to Newark High School. That's where I went to. Yes, Lord. I would have graduated, but they kicked me out. That's a long story. We're going to put that in the book, or we're going to save that for Tree Barks High School stories. Because, woohoo, do I got something. Let me tell y'all. But listen, whoever chose this game, it is simply ridiculous, man. Let me hold up. Let me look up this score because I just couldn't believe that this was an actual game. You know what I mean? Like, listen, for you to have 70 points in a football game, do you know what that is? That means you scoring every time you touch the ball. Who they got that you would have heard of that's that nice? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not taking away from the talents that they got on these teams. Definitely not doing that. I'm just making light of the situation. I'm telling the truth, but it's funny. It's the truth, but it's funny. I'm not taking away from these people's talents. So if this y'all kids that play on these teams, hey, I apologize. I'm just calling the truth. I'm not talking about their skill level. I'm just saying in order to be better, you need to play better teams. I'll give you an example. Deion Sanders. Let's check out Deion Sanders. He's the coach of the Colorado University Buffaloes. My God, one of my favorite college teams to watch. Love when they play. You notice 70-23. Come on, man. We're gonna stick a pin in that and come back to that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna stick a pin in that and come back to that. I said we're gonna stick a pin in that and come back to that. And my Dr. Umar voice. Listen, let me tell you something. Whoever was in charge of that game knew exactly what they was doing. There's no reason that this game should have been 70-23. Who was they playing? They was playing the JV team. They couldn't have been playing the starters. There's no way. 70-23? Come on, man. Come on, man. Shout out to Delaware State, though. You know what I'm saying? They was definitely doing their thing. The homecoming was beautiful. The ride-in was beautiful. Shout out to the Thunder Guards. You know what I'm saying? We definitely had a good time out there. And shout out to those that came in the rain. And shout out to those that didn't come. We still had a good time. Shout out to the End Zone for hosting us. Shout out to Del State for hosting us. We had a good time out there. Shout out to all of those people who made food that I was so scared to taste. It looked so good, but I got phobias and issues when it comes to food that I can't see being cooked. So if you ever invite me somewhere and I don't eat your food, I promise you, don't take it personal. Don't take it personal. I do this to everybody. But it was definitely a good time, man. You know what I mean? Definitely a good time. So shout out to them. Did y'all see, right? Moving on, right? We're gonna keep it sports a little bit. We're gonna stay sports for the next two topics. Did y'all see Serena Williams' husband check Stephen A. Smith? Tell me y'all saw this. Now we're gonna go back. When Kendrick Lamar did the Super Bowl last year, Stephen A. Smith had some choice things to say about Serena Williams dancing on the stage when Kendrick was performing. You know what I'm saying? Now, the thing about it was Drake was her ex. Who cares? This is a married woman now. You know what I'm saying? Her husband didn't have a problem with it. You know what I mean? He didn't have an issue with it. What would there be to have an issue? Another rapper who would be considered the top rapper right now, who comes from the same city, Compton, where she comes from, asked her to be in his halftime performance. That's an honor that anybody would love to have bestowed upon them. You know what I'm saying? So any person in their normal mind wouldn't have an issue with that. You confident in yourself and you confident in your partner, what issue would you have? You know what I'm saying? So Stephen A. Smith says that he doesn't think or he feels as though her husband was wrong for letting her do something like that. You know what I mean? So fast forward now, this is a year and some change later. She used to mess with Drake. So a year and some change later, he's on the show. He's promoting a business of his. For people that don't know who Serena's husband is, you know what I mean? He's a billionaire. He's not no chump dude. Like, he worth some pennies. He ain't no chump. And from what was said, like, he didn't have to be on that show. So his whole intent was to bite back at Stephen A. for the compliments that he said about his wife. So he asked Stephen A. because now they're not in the same studio. Stephen A. is remote, but you know you can hear and see him on the monitor. So he was like, oh, Stephen A. not here in studio? Okay. So they asked him a question about his business. He superseded that question and asked Stephen A., have you ever been married? He said, nah. So he said, okay. He went on to allude to the fact that what would I look like taking advice from somebody about marriage who's never been married? It's the same thing as you giving, what did he say, was something like you giving business advice and you've never built a business. He's built billionaire businesses. So what would he look like talking about something that he's never done before? You know what I'm saying? So he was pretty much taking his dig at Stephen A. He couldn't get him the way he wanted to. You know what I mean? But you know, he did what any man was, you know what I'm saying? He did what any man was supposed to do. You know what I mean? He definitely wasn't qualified. T-Bone, that's what he was trying to tell him in a nutshell. Listen here, Stephen A. You might be qualified to talk about some things. You know what I'm saying? I build billionaire businesses. I'm qualified to talk about that. You ain't never been married, so you ain't qualified to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? So it was pretty much like people were saying like, well, he's Mr. Serena Williams. And this is true. But he a movement by itself too on the low. We just ain't heard of him because his businesses don't affect our way of life. We don't, you know what I mean, to a certain extent, you know what I mean? But he definitely ain't no chump. And he did exactly what any man that's married or has a girlfriend supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to speak up for your wife. You know what I'm saying? Because listen, let me tell you something. First of all, brother's a white dude. We ain't got nothing against white people. He married to a sister. I don't give a fuck if you was green. A sister gonna let you know about yourself on sight. So if he didn't speak up for his wife, when he got home, he never could argue with his wife ever again for the entire time they're married. They could never, ever have an argument the entire time if he didn't speak up for Serena Williams when he spoke up on Stephen A. Smith's show. Why? Because the minute that he went and argued with his wife, a sister, she would have looked him dead in his face and said, you ain't say that shit to him when he talked to me like that. You ain't do that shit to him. So you ain't going to sit in here and talk to me like that. He would forever be Mrs. Serena Williams and not her being Mr. him. You know what I'm saying? So he did what he was supposed to do. He checked that he didn't get him like how he wanted to. Because like I said, he asked him, it was like, he's not gonna be in studio. Oh, okay, cool. So then they asked him a question about the business he was promoting. Yeah, he went right on for the throat. Yeah, Stephen A. Yeah, you was remember when you said this? I was like, oh, they think this white boy a chump. He sure ain't. He sure ain't. He let your ass know what time it was right on site. Oh, I've been waiting for this interview a whole year and 7 months later. I've been waiting to check you for this one, sir. And he got him good. Now, don't get me wrong. Stephen A. Smith get paid to talk shit. But like I said, that man did what any man should do and would do for his wife, his girlfriend, his significant other, and if it was vice versa, she would have did the same thing for him. Ho, we're not doing that. You got to do that because I'm telling you, when you get home, you'll never ever win an argument ever again because every time you go to argue, she's going to shut you down with, you ain't talk to that motherfucker like that. You ain't talk to such and such like that. Listen, you'll never win ever. I just want to let you know this. You'll never win. You know what I'm saying? But what else we got going on as far as Speaking of not winning, Claressa Shields, latest Claressa Shields news. Two things about her. First of all, Claressa Shields got an album out. She rapping. She got some bounce to her flow. It don't sound too bad. You know what I mean? We out of 5 mics. If I could rate that flow that I heard out of 5 mics, I give her a 2. And I don't think that's bad. You know what I'm saying? She not a rapper. She a fighter. I give her a 2. And that's not a bad thing. It's people out here been rapping for fucking 40 years. And their album should be going double aluminum. What up, Zill? I see you. You know what I mean? I'm going to give her 2 for that. That was nice. I ain't heard. All we heard was that one joint. But the main thing was there was a comedian who made the mistake. When I tell y'all you got to stand up for your wife, let me tell you, or your girlfriend, let me tell you something. I'm giving y'all these examples. There was a comedian. I don't want to say his name because I don't want to get sued. You ain't getting shit, but I don't want to waste that time. So he said Claressa Shields looked like Serena Williams. So what did Claressa Shields do? Nothing. Her boyfriend, fiance, whatever you want to call him, proceeded to hit this man and damn near broke his nose with a book in his hand. Whooped his whole ass. Tore up his whole ass. Again, standing up for your woman, for your girlfriend, whatever the case may be. Because if you don't, you will have no wins going on. You cannot talk shit to or let somebody else talk shit to your woman, your wife, whatever the case may be, and you let this shit ride, and then you come back later on thinking that, oh, I'm finna argue with her. Oh, hell no. She ain't finna have that shit. She finna let you know right there, oh, you ain't talk to that motherfucker like that. You think you gonna talk to me? Yeah, all right. Go talk. You better shut up before I call him. You really gonna be mad. You gonna want to fight her now. She done shoved the shit out you. She told you I gonna call that nigga on you. You ain't say that to him. You know what I'm saying? So you got to stand up for it, man. You know what I mean? You got to. Man, on some crazy or different news, we're gonna switch up to your boy, Mr. P. Diddy, getting 4 years in jail. Y'all seen that man crowded under that table like that? That was wild work. Wild work. But they gave Diddy 50 months. They gave him credit for 12 months, or I think 13 months. All of that goes towards his time served. You know what I mean? They just ruled that he was found guilty of transportation for the purposes of prostitution. Hold up. Let me say this again. Because I told y'all, you motherfuckers talked to me like I was crazy. Y'all looked at me when I got on this here show and told y'all that he would not be found guilty of that shit because he wasn't the one that was pursuing these encounters with these people. It was Cassie. She wasn't a victim. She was a freak who got exposed. Nobody heard me. Turns out I was right. Okay. Transportation. Yeah, we know what that means. We couldn't get you for what we wanted to get you for. Motherfucker, we going to get you for something. Oh, we're going to get you for something. So they gave him 50 months. They gave him a fine of $500,000, which is nothing because the man is a billionaire. You know what I mean? So if you're thinking that the man's going to run out of money or be broke by the time he gets out of jail, let me tell y'all, you are sorely mistaken. If you are my age or around that, you remember the impact that Bad Boy had. You remember the catalog, if you can think of all the artists that Bad Boy had. Yeah, Puff on all that shit. All that. He gonna keep getting paid. His family gonna keep getting paid off of that for the rest of his life. So he ain't gonna never have to worry about being broke. So if you think this case was gonna break him, hell no. You see how quick he dropped that 20 or 30 million on Cassie the first time when she asked for it. That was the fastest settlement in the history of settlements. She dropped it on Wednesday in the afternoon. Let's just say noon. By 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, we heard that the case has been settled for an undisclosed amount. Yeah, we bet the fuck it did. We bet it did. So let me let you know, he is definitely going to be perfectly fine. The judge just kind of scolded him, said he would do his time or whatever. Then, you know what I mean, the prosecution tried to flip it on him. Judge ended up letting him transfer to a federal institution, which, if you don't know, a federal institution is better than where he at right now. You know what I mean? So he get better treatment, more access, you know what I mean? A little bit more freedoms than you would have in the state-run penitentiary, prison, or jail. You know what I'm saying? So truthfully speaking, he's definitely better off in the federal prison than state-run or anything different, anything outside of that. It ain't hard time anyway, so he gonna be all right where he going. It ain't that kind of prison. You know what I'm saying? So moving on from that, do y'all remember the girl who stabbed her coworker, who she off the manager, she stabbed her a few times. You know what I mean? Now, the girl got on social media. The girl got on social media and told everybody what was going on. She got on social media, made a video about how her manager is bullying her, how her manager is doing this to her, how her manager is doing that to her. And she sat in her car and cried. And right after that, she went into the McDonald's and proceeded to pencil old girl in with a knife about 15 times. So the latest on that, they gave this woman a $25 million cash only bail. Her defense team tried to argue that she should get home confinement. She should get all of this stuff, be put on the ankle monitor, drug and alcohol test. Judge wasn't having none of that. Turns out this ain't the first time this girl did that type of thing. You know what I mean? She's what's labeled as the habitual offender. You know what I'm saying? So if she get convicted for what we know she did, or I apologize, when she gets convicted of what we all know she did, she ain't gonna never see the light of day again. And that's sad on any front. It's even more sad that she took some person's life. You know what I mean? But they're trying to say that this is the effect of bullying. You know what I'm saying? So if you are being bullied on your job, man, make sure you pick up the phone and you use your resources, go talk to somebody. You know what I mean? Don't let a 30-second decision cost you 30, 40 years of your life. You know what I'm saying? Think smart out here. You know what I mean? Because some people don't care. They're going to argue with you, fuss with you, and when they walk out that door, they ain't going to think 1 second about you. This is just a job. Don't be one of those people. You know what I mean? Use your resources. It's sad with that young lady going through. Like I said, it's even more sad that she took somebody's life. It was even more sad that she felt like that's what she had to do. You know what I'm saying? Out of all the things she could do, the judge said you could have called the police, but you sat there and thought about it. You got on social media, which seems to be this new thing that people like doing. They like committing crimes, getting online and then talking about them, making videos and rapping about them and all that other crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? So the judge said, yeah, you could have called the police. You chose not to. You know what I mean? You thought about this. You know what I mean? And it's sad, man. But yeah, she's sad for that young lady, man. Then going back to sports, I don't even know how I want to talk about this. Ayesha Curry. For those that don't know, Ayesha Curry got on a podcast again and said some outlandish things again along the lines of she didn't want to be married. She didn't want to have kids. She didn't want to be in the relationship and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Now, her being married, I wouldn't care if it's easy to say, oh, well, he's a millionaire, almost a billionaire. You know what I mean? Woo-de-woo. Oh, that's cool, right? No man wants to hear a woman say some shit like that. Like, I didn't want to be married. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't want to have kids. There was another time she got on the podcast and said that she doesn't get any attention. She doesn't get any attention from men. You know what I mean? And that kind of like upsets her. And I'm looking at her like, damn, you a married woman. What kind of attention you want? Like, if you don't feel desired by your partner, then you should tell your partner. But to be a married woman and tell this here internet and don't tell him, listen, you're absolutely right. Steph do deserve better because that's foul. That's super foul. There's no way you can put that. That's super foul. Nobody want to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to hear that shit. You know what I mean? She, man, listen, I don't know what the hell she on. Like real rap. I don't know what her shit's crazy. Who does that? You know what I mean? No, it doesn't have to be no man. No woman would want to hear that either. You know what I mean? No woman would want to hear that. A married woman, you would want to hear from her husband that, oh, I never wanted to be married. I never wanted to have kids. You know what I mean? Hell no. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Come on, man. And it's sad because, you know what I mean, we all, Steph our kid, Steph our cousin. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how it go. He our cousin. So it's just sad, man. Like you said, man, the brother definitely deserves better, man. You know what I mean? And, oh yeah, one more thing, man, before I get too far in the, you know what I'm saying, talking about whatever it is we talk about. Shout out to everybody that come up to me and shouts me out for my podcast. You know what I mean? Everybody that come up to me and shout me out, you know what I'm saying? Telling me they watch the show. I definitely appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have no idea how much I try to be cool and not let you see that. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna tell you here on this here internet, I definitely appreciate you when you tell me that. It makes my day. You know what I'm saying? It makes me smile, and I definitely appreciate it. You know what I mean? Because this is something that I love doing, even though it's a labor of love. It's also my biggest frustration. You know what I'm saying? So I love doing this. So I appreciate each and every one of y'all that tune in. You know what I mean? Enough to even say, hey, man, I watch you all the time. You know what I'm saying? I check you out. I like what you're doing. You know what I mean? Tell me about my personality, whatever the case may be. I appreciate y'all, man. Like I really do. That really makes my day, man. That's one of the reasons I do it, man. I just try to give people a different perspective. You know what I mean? Mine might be a little different. It might not be different, but it's mine. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate that y'all appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Again, man, shout out to the Thunder Guards MC, man. Take this shot up here for y'all, man. Cause this run this weekend was pretty dope. It's pretty good seeing all the bikes even in the rain. It's pretty dope seeing everybody come out in spite of the weather, in spite of whatever's going on. It was nice seeing everybody, man. So definitely shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to everybody that came out, all the clubs. It was dope seeing y'all, all the brothers that came from the South, Midwest, North, whatever the case may be. It was definitely dope. You know what I mean? To carry on the tradition that brothers been doing for years, especially as long as I've been in the club. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Shout out to them. Shout out to Dell State. You know what I mean? And shout out to everybody that yeah, regardless of them talking about they was charging $40. That's cold-blooded bananas. BG, I see you, sis. Shout out to you too. You was out there in the rain with us. You know what I mean? I ain't saying it like that because you don't need us to be out there in the wind on your bike. You get on your shit and go places. You know what I mean? So we gonna shout out to you for sure on the dolo. You know what I mean? You definitely get out there and pound that ground, balls. You know what I mean? You puts it in on that bike. So, you know what I mean? I ain't trying to say it like that. You know, you gotta be politically correct on this here internet. People jumping your ass. I don't want no smoke. I don't want no smoke. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no smoke. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. Listen, I'm still hung up about this I'm still hung up about this motherfucking 70-23 game, man. This is crazy, man. Come on, man. Who the hell? The Southern Connecticut Fighting Owls. Ain't no HBCU in Connecticut. You know what was in Connecticut? Slavery used to be in Connecticut. You know, goddamn HBCUs up there. The Fighting Owls. Listen, when you go to look them up online, they don't even have no logo. How you playing a team that don't got a logo? Like there's no photo of their logo. Who chose this team, man? Who chose this team? The lunch lady? You know what I'm saying? This is crazy, man. We want to see a game next year, man. Listen. Let me read y'all these stats. Are y'all ready for this? Y'all are not going to believe this shit. Total yards. Delaware State, 791. The Fighting Owls, 314. Oh, if you think that's the craziest stat, I promise you it's not. Okay. Passing yards, Delaware State, 183. The Fighting Owls, 244. Rushing yards. Are y'all listening? The rushing yards, 608 yards for Delaware State versus 70 for the Fighting Owls. They was playing the fucking Pop Warner Football League team. They was playing the Newcastle Bulldogs. That's who the fuck they was playing. There's no way they averaged 16 and a half yards per play. Meanwhile, the Fighting Owls averaged 4.1 yards per play. Yo, who the hell booked this game, man? Who the hell booked this game? 70-23? Are you kidding me? And people sat in the rain and watched this shit. I didn't. I ain't gonna lie. I was under my tent. Drinking Cutwaters. Said homecoming is supposed to be a party, so you're supposed to play a scrub team. Nobody wants the homecoming team to lose on their day. Man, Del State been losing the last 5-6 years on the homecoming, man. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. You know what we want to see on homecoming, Manny? A game. Remember that one year that Del State made it? Was it Del State? I think it was. When Del State made it to the NCAA tournament. Boy, when they got past the first round, they got their ass whooped. It was a complete blowout. Nobody said nothing about that. You know why? Because y'all made it here. You showed up, you played your hardest, and y'all just got outplayed by a better team. It happens. Not to say nothing about y'all. They were just a better team on that day. Nobody said nothing because they went and they played somebody worth playing. So what? You took a loss. You got in that ring. So what? You got knocked the fuck out. You got in that ring. Come on, man. You don't get no props for this, man. Right. Don't nobody go to the homecoming for, you know who go to the homecoming for the game? The families of the players playing. That's it. Nobody else go to that damn game. And the staff that got to be there. Everybody else is on the plots trying to turn up. Lucky I ain't got no video of that, because the video I saw, whoa, it was going down. And everything was cool, calm, and collected. Shout out to Delaware State and the Delaware State Police. They had shit on lock down there in Dover. And shout out to everybody that shut down all of the stores across the street from Delaware State. They shut all of them parking lots down. You couldn't even, listen, the police wouldn't even let you turn in there. They was just out there parking lot pimping. I'm talking about hundreds of people. That's where the party was. Because like I said, they put everybody off campus like 6, 7 o'clock. They said the event was over at 5. Yeah, that didn't happen. Or 6. Yeah, that didn't happen. You know what I mean? And if it did, it took them 2-3 hours to get everybody ass up out of there. You know what I mean? But what did they do? They walked right across the street. I see you, Larry. They went right across the street. Said when I went to Wilmington High, bro. Said we always play scrubs for homecoming. What you're supposed to do is when you're HBCU, the homecoming game is supposed to be played against another HBCU. You know what I'm saying? That's what's supposed to happen. You know what I'm saying? They didn't even have battle with the bands, none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? You know why? Because they trying to save money to pay Deshaun. Which in my eyes is bullshit. We want to battle with the bands. We don't want to see him walking up and down the sidelines. I still remember the day his dumbass forgot to cross the end zone before dropping that fucking ball. Remember that shit? He was right before the end zone. Thought he crossed, let the ball go. No touchdown for you, sir. They got rid of his ass right after that. Eagles said, nah, you not ready. Got his ass on up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Got him on up out of there. So, yeah, man, that shit's crazy, man. They need to play homecoming. You're supposed to play another HBCU. And if you're not, you're supposed to play somebody worth playing. You know what I mean? That's how you get better. You know what I mean? What up, bro? I see you, Slim. Shout out to listen. Let me give a shout out to my bro right now. I done seen some big dogs. Y'all remember the old cartoon back in the day used to come in the paper? I'm from that era. My shit was the tunes in the paper. You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember Marmaduke, that big ass dog? My boy got one of them dogs. Bro got one of them big ass dogs. I'm talking about, listen, if the dog stand up on his hind legs, the dog bigger than he is. And they told me this dog a puppy. Hell no. This dog big as hell. And it's a beautiful Dalmatian too. It's crazy. It's crazy seeing this beautiful dog, and it's so fucking big. This dog's like a fucking mini horse, man. You could probably ride on the back of this damn dog. And y'all like these big ass animals. I can't do it. I'm sorry. I can't do it. Listen, let me tell y'all something. There's a few animals in this world that I do not mess with. Horses, elephants, and camels. I'll tell you why later. Listen, you think I'm joking when I say Marmaduke with spots. You notice, bro, in the chat, he ain't disagreed with me. It's a Dalmatian. He got the Dalmatian spots, but it's big ass Marmaduke dog. Like, I'm not exaggerating. This is all 100. Like, okay, Great Dane. There you go. It's a Great Dane. It just looks like a Dalmatian. It's like a Dalmatian. It's white with black spots. It's beautiful, but it's big as hell. I couldn't have something walking around. No, man. I'm already big, man. And no, hell no. No, too big. Listen, I know when that dog takes shits, he takes shits. He take big human shits. And you listen, that's the thing why I never wanted a dog. Because I can never be one of those people that I see that walk a dog and then got to walk with the plastic bag and you scooping up shit. Hell no. I'm telling you, I would be a terrible dog owner. Because where my dog shit. I'm just letting you know, I'm not cleaning up no shit like that. There's hell no. I'm going to be walking behind this dog with a bag. Yeah, it's not going to happen. Yeah, let me go get the hose. Because I'm not scooping up shit. So I know I will be a terrible dog owner. Wherever my dog decides to go shit at is where it's going down at. You know what I mean? And I'm respectful. I wouldn't let my dog just run around on people's shit. You know what I mean? I be seeing people just walking their dogs, they just let their dogs shit, and they just keep it moving like, hey, it's natural. Like, okay, well, let me come to your yard, pull my pants down, take a shit in your yard. Tell you, hey, it's natural. I had to go. You know what I mean? But, yeah, the dog, it is beautiful. It's a beautiful dog. It's just big as hell, man. Like, it's crazy. I want one of those French bulldogs, little small ones. You know what I mean? I want one of them. Yeah, I want one of them. I don't need you to bite nobody. I just need you to let me know somebody coming. Yeah, I get up. I got the rest. I got the rest. You ain't got to bite nobody. Calm down, killer. You ain't got to bite nobody. We good. All you gotta do is let me know they coming. That's what I need. Them big dogs, no sir. No sir. And they said it's like a puppy. So in a minute, you're not gonna be walking that dog. That dog finna be walking you. No, you're gonna have to ride on that dog back to take his ass out for a walk. Get a saddle on that motherfucker. But yeah, man, this is crazy, yo. This is crazy. But listen, let me tell y'all. Let me give you the oh my God. Oh my God. 70-23, man. Come on, y'all. Y'all can't tell me that's come on, man. Keep it real. Keep it real. Now, look, Saturday. God damn. When Dell State play these regular teams, October 4th, they lost to Monmouth 49-38. They beat Bowie State 36-14, lost to Sacred Heart 35-31. So it's not to say they a bad team, you know what I'm saying? But come on, man. Knock it off. Knock it off. Y'all got to do better, Dell State. Again, man, shout out to everybody that went, man. We great had this toast for y'all, man. It's for y'all. I forgot to toast it up, man. But I ain't great for getting down. Shout out to everybody over there checking me out on TikTok. Said I thought that moonshine had me hallucinating. Hell nah. Them people on the field was hallucinating too. Did motherfuckers got 70? 70 points? Come on, man. Damn near 20 yards every time they touch the ball. Come on, man. Come on, man. Shout out to them, man. Shout out to Dell State, man. I'm going to do this for y'all. Whew, that's that good old Uncle Nearest. She tastes a lot better when you let her sit and age for a while. I give her that. Little flavor to her. I might chase it down with this cut with her. Motherfuckers be running from them cut winners. I don't know what it be doing to y'all, but probably because I don't drink enough of them. You know what I mean? So, fucking 70-23. The fuck out of here. But again, shout out to Delaware State. Shout out to the middle school that they played. Shout out to the high school that they played for homecoming. Shout out to y'all for that shit. 70-23. Who the fuck booked this game? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, I'm about to die my damn self. 70-23. Come on, man. Knock it off, man. It's your boy Red Tree, man. We've come to the end of this part, man. Appreciate all of y'all following me. Make sure you follow me on YouTube at Red Tree RC, Instagram at Red Tree RC. You know what I mean? Holla at your boy. We out of here. Love is love. Peace. Love you.